In my study of mycology, I seek to remediate our relationship with fungi and all organisms, and thereby queerness, by collapsing and myceliating the emotional space between human and non-human. The inherent queerness of fungi is apparent on many levels, such as their ability to defy standardization, quantification, and control. Mushrooms are the sexual reproductive organ of some fungi, which develop from the vegetative body, the mycelium, in order to disperse its spores by wind, water, or animal facilitation. The spores contain the genetic instructions for a new individual. Mushrooms are often ephemeral structures that need rain due to their fast-growing, high water content structures. Some fungi produce their mushrooms in a very predictable manner, following consistent annual phenological events, such as temperature changes. Others seem to produce them sporadically, with no apparent pattern, but presumably a cascade of cues from the environment. Traditional knowledge tells us that some mushrooms emerge after a thunderstorm rolls through a habitat, as if the claps of thunder sonically massage the fruiting bodies up and out of the soil. A fungus can live most of its life in the mycelial form. The mycelium travels through substrates, seeks nutrients, and performs sex. Sex occurs when two individual fungi find each other chemically, using pheromones and chemical sensation. What happens when they chemically perceive each other? How do they choose with whom they will mingle? Biologically, we know that they experience somatic chemical responses to the perception of others, and hormones are released. Logically, we know that pheromones and sexually reproducing fungi have evolved gradually, like everything else. Were changes in pheromone structure or dosage mediated by desire? Did a particular molecule elicit a tingle, a vibration of some innate pining? Can we wrest desire from the exclusive grip of animal experience? Consider also mycorrhizal networks formed between fungi and approximately 90% of terrestrial plants. These mutualistic dynamics involve a fungus supplying nutrients such as phosphorus and nitrogen to the plant partner, which in turn supplies carbon from photosynthesis. These arrangements are globally ubiquitous and integral to life on Earth. Do these exchanges simply operate as dispassionate transactions, or even, as some may characterize them, as reciprocal parasitism? Through this lens, the two partners could be seen as held in nervous tension, one supplying the other only with the life or death expectation of immediate returns. There is logic to this, but as demonstrated in numerous experiments exploring animal preferences, what is logical is not always biological. And that's a quote from Michael Ryan's book, Taste for the Beautiful. As described by Simha et al. In a paper that came out in 2022, competition-based frameworks in ecological studies of biodiversity have dominated the field for decades. That species experience competition and competition drives evolution has been verified quantifiably in numerous ways, or quantitatively in numerous ways and systems, but this framework also has pronounced limitations that have been largely overlooked. Placing competition as the principal dynamic in most ecological networks has led to what is called the diversity paradox, in which ubiquitous examples of stable coexistence are shoehorned as a deviation from the norm. Championed by numerous scientists with explicit capitalistic and eugenicist agendas, the logic of competitive exclusion was explicitly drawn from the market economics of capitalism and became deeply entrenched as a paradigm of ecological theory, a paradigm of ecological theory. Scientifically, proving the intrinsic nature of mycorrhizal relationships with experimentation would be difficult, maybe impossible. There is, however, a growing body of quantified evidence showing cooperation between trees and mycorrhizal networks, and this has been dubbed the Wood Wide Web by Susan Simard. And I do argue that this research still needs more evidence, but points us in an intriguing direction that should be pursued with full consideration. The frameworks of sterilized fitness and competition, while not categorically untrue, have failed to hold enough water to justify their supremacy. These logics do not deliver satisfactory explanations for the world's abounding beauty and mutualistic interactions. They posit a world constructed entirely around pain and exploitation, a human exceptionalist world in which the thrill of vitality is limited to our biased form of intelligence. For a better understanding of evolution, it seems fruitful to turn towards frameworks rooted in mutual aid, gift economies, queer ecologies, rebellion, and more fundamentally, perception, pleasure, and desire. In this way, I think of my childhood purple deity as a symbol of Earth's vital mystery. Like a roll of thunder across a myceliated landscape, purple was swollen with potential energy. I knew little of the world, but I knew it was full of desire. I saw that the capacity for pleasure and joy is fundamental to being alive. And now, as a mycologist, in tune with and guided by these experiences, I see evidence for resonant cellular pleasure as a mechanism for evolution.